21 and
2.1.
Oh, 2.1 and 2.2. Prime factorization and GCF. I can find prime factorization and GCF.
Can you find prime factorization and GCF?
Yes.
You guys, the vocab is, I would say, vital for this lesson, because if you don't know, and I don't think a lot of you knew these words, you can't do these problems. So fraction, division problem, we know that one. Prime number has how many factors, you guys?
2.
I need everybody, not just a few of you.
2.
There should be no clicking going on right now. There should only be listening and watching. We're wasting time. Prime numbers have how many factors?
2.
2. Okay, what is a factor? You can read that for yourself. Composite numbers have how many factors? 1, 2, 3, go. More than 2. Prime factorization, you break a number down into its prime. You use a factor tree. You use a factor tree to find prime factorization. And greatest common factor is basically the opposite of what we're talking about here in number 2, which is finding factors in factor trees. Actually, it's not the opposite. Don't listen to that. Ignore what I just said. Finding all factors of 12. Here's our strategy. To find factors of any number, we use the method called what, you guys? Using factor pairs, right? For some reason, my markers aren't working. So we use factor pairs. We found, sorry guys, I don't know what's going on here. We found factor pairs using that method, yes, no? Okay. To find the prime factorization of a number, like I said in the vocab, we used a factor tree, and that's simply breaking a number down into all of its factors. The big learning that you had in finding prime factorization is that all answers need to be in what form? Exponential form. So in other words, you need to use exponents when applicable. Down at number 10, Luke took 600, and Luke did this one for us, and he broke it down into all of the prime factors of 600, and then he wrote it in exponential form. By the way, did you have to start with 106?
No.
Any factor pair works, except for probably 601. That would be a waste of your time. And then to find the GCF, most of you, matter of fact, I think all of you could tell me that the GCF of 10 and 30 was 10 before we even did it. But if you can't figure out the GCF, the best method that I know of anyways is to find all factor pairs of each of the numbers. I said you could use a calculator, and then we circled the ones that we had in common, and we crossed off the ones that we didn't have in common. Yes, no? So cross, 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 and then the biggest one that we circled is the greatest common factor. Letter B down here was a lot bigger. We found that the GCF of 36 and 81 is 9. Questions?